How's it going, D1 team? My name is Matt Floyd, and here is the technical assessment that was sent over to me talking about rolling out social media campaigns with a few content piece scenarios that were sent over my way. And I'm gonna kind of go back and forth between the presentation I put together as like slides to be able to visualize and also be able to talk through kind of my thought process into rolling out this sort of campaign. When it comes to social media, I'm trying to figure out what are the goals behind that campaign. Why are we doing what we're doing? Why are we putting out this specific piece of content, and what value are we trying to bring to the end user or the audiences? So for starters, here are the formats that I chose, which are social media, email newsletter, website, in-person gym activations, and potential brand partnerships and the franchise toolkit. So I know this is a lot, but essentially this campaign should be able to hit all of those pieces within the marketing funnel. Content piece number one, I was told to pick a female athlete or female celebrity. And I chose Hailey Van Lith. She is a prime example of sports, entertainment, lifestyle branding. She encompasses a lot of that currently on her social media. There's a lot of brands that are starting to work with her. She definitely is in the spotlight, and she's also in the spotlight in culture. The first part of this campaign is the social one. So this is HVL and D1. The problem with wellness and fitness industry content is that it's all the same. It's working out, it's showcasing a gym, it's showcasing like a highlight reel of this person doing really cool lifts or doing really cool workouts, and then flash photography, and then the logo at the end. I want to be different. I broke it out into 3 different types of formats of posting. The first one, Instagram Reel, TikTok. This is a hotel gym video, static panning shot. So there's been a lot of content that has come about within fitness and retail where it's just one static shot and it starts far away. Really good shot, but it slowly starts to pan in on this person. This person isn't looking at the camera. This person is just doing what they're doing. The reason I chose a hotel gym is because there's not much in there, and that's the point. I think it's cool when it's not a fully stacked gym, knowing that she has every ability to get the best state-of-the-art gyms and have her come through a D1 facility. This is not a representation of what D1 workout locations and facilities look like, but I think it's more of the mindset and her being able to recall maybe a conversation she had with her coach, or maybe what she's thinking about going into a tournament and getting all these doubting thoughts in her head and hearing those out loud while you're slowly panning into the video. And I don't want to showcase D1. I want D1 to just almost be a representation within the audio and not as much visual. Next up is an Instagram Reel / TikTok, and this is a D1 boardroom skit. And so you're taking the court, the workouts, the training, and applying that to the business world and to the corporate career structure. So with this boardroom skit, she would actually be an intern at the business, and a manager would come in, talk about the numbers, and it just doesn't add up. And Hailey's sitting there confused at the spreadsheets, confused at the numbers as well, because it's just not making sense. And instead of just sitting there quietly, she stands up and literally takes control of the boardroom meeting. It shocks everyone. Everyone's faces are like, what's going on? And she's like, we need to work as a team in order to accomplish the goals that we've set out for this next quarter. Who's with me? And everyone's like, okay, like back to the computer, back to the drawing board. And instead, she pulls everyone out into the office and she starts doing a team building exercise. And it's more funny, more humor. And I think that's what will create that more disruption within social media, because one, your training in business slacks doesn't really quite add up. This next social piece is carousel post. Carousels have been performing very well on Instagram. They've been starting to grow on TikTok and LinkedIn as well. And so with this, I would do IG, Facebook, LinkedIn, and potentially X as well. Additional social rollout, we'd have a story series. So this is where we really get active on the Instagram stories, TikTok stories, and any live content that we have behind the scenes or shooting production days. The final social rollout piece is part of YouTube, and so this is the Built Different Haley's blueprint. I think having these blueprints will be really cool to have on YouTube, and I think being able to have the mentality and showing up in the gym and being able to cut back and forth and have some of those lifestyle moments and those like mental conversation moments, but then also showcasing the raw, the grit, the training, and knowing that not every day is going to be amazing when you train, and that's how life is too. The other part would be the website integration. So banner headlines, welcome Haley Van Lith to the D1 training family, a new blog post, why Haley chose D1. So being able to have a text rollout from the actual social media and having a long form blog written up to go up on the website to help with SEO. It's always helpful. It's never going to get a lot of attention, but over time, this is what sets websites apart from other websites in its competitive space is good SEO. Email rollout. So this would be more of two different variations of emails. One is just more of an announcement one, and then one is being able to showcase more of the actual content and what we captured with Haley for the actual campaign. So one would be sent out more in the ahead of time before the social campaign hits, so that way it starts to build hype, it starts to show engagement, but it's very little information. It's more of just like shock and awe for that first email, and then the second one is almost a recap or what we were able to actually talk about and do with Haley Van Lith through D1. In-person gym activations, this is Train Like Haley Workout Challenge, Haley Van Lith and D1 Rise Up Tour. We go to 3 different major cities and do these pop-ups. Girls Who Train Week across all D1 locations. This can be a selection of D1 locations. Doesn't have to be all of them because there's no way humanly possible we can go to all of them. But it'd be really cool to be able to have these in-person activations and really ignite the D1 brand, but with the people in the community rather than us as the top of the brand just shooting out all this content and then letting the franchises share this content. It's not going to gain as much traction as these in-person gym activations. Brand partnerships and franchise toolkit. I saw Prime Energy on some of the D1 posts in the past. I would have to figure out if there's an actual exclusivity with Prime being able to be represented with another athlete or another big time influencer. So this would be something that I would definitely suggest having conversations with the brand partnership within Prime Energy and D1. Content piece number 2, D1 Training named 2025 top franchise by the New York Times. The tone, performance, and meets personality don't sound robotic or boastful, sound earned. Focus on the community that built the success, and then always tie recognition back to the athlete outcomes. I think this is something that a lot of people get these awards, get these shout outs from the newspapers and from the reporting magazines, but being able to utilize it in kind of a cool way. The social campaign would be a Zoom call with the New York Times skit, kind of like the boardroom, but it would be someone getting on the phone from D1 with the New York Times and doing a Zoom call. The Zoom call is, I would say, more of a ask a few questions. We respond on the D1 side of like, oh, this is great news, excited to do this. Make the celebration so extravagant and so outrageous for the people at the New York Times watching through the Zoom screen to be like, okay, like it's like just an announcement of a recognition. It's nothing too crazy. And we're like, yeah, it is. We just won the national championship. Let's go. Like, I think that's what creates the absurdity as a disruption within social pieces that would just be something mundane and boring for a lot of other companies. Other piece would be a fake building inspection skit. So this is where someone from the New York Times actually comes in and acts like they're the building renovation or the building specialist like OSHA or something like that would come in and do kind of a rundown. And then at the very end, that's where they give the report sheet back to the VP of marketing, so someone like Matt or some high up leadership person. And it actually just says at the very top, like the caption, inspected, respected, New York Times said we're a top franchise, so we got receipts. And that's the receipt, is that actual paperwork that looks like a building code inspection report, but it's really us as a social announcement for the recognition from New York Times. I think that'd be pretty cool and just something a little different. Last piece is the award show reel template. So this is our award show walk. Caption, New York Times recognized us, but our walkout music is louder. So I think being able to have a reel of different montages of people in the office and rolling out the red carpet over the top, and I think that's what creates that fun and that engagement, especially on social media, when you see kind of, I wouldn't say cringe, but something that's just different and looking at it. And I've seen a lot of these videos with this one guy that rolls out a red carpet for people just to do a red carpet walk, and it's everyday people. And some people love it, other people walk around it, and the guy that's doing the rollout of the red carpet is entertained either way. He hypes people up, or if they're not, he's like, hey, and he even shows them the walk on the red carpet. I think having that kind of same moment with this would be really cool. Franchisee first comms plan. So this would be a rollout of the franchisees and how they're actually talking about this campaign on their socials and their own profiles. So this would be a weekly franchise newsletter, internal only. So this would be just internal to the employees and to the staff for more of a recognition. Pre-made social templates, video script, storyboard for local version of award skits, so that way they can shoot this on location and it's with the people that are actually at these locations and not just the head corporate only. You want to include that community at each of the locations and see recognition and similar faces in the camera for that actual social account at that franchisee location. Local brand expansion encouraged, so each franchise is encouraged to host their own top franchise workout day, partner with a local smoothie shop or high school for community drop-ins of workouts, record a 15-second Instagram videos of what makes our D1 top tier, so asking some of the consumers, asking some of the guests, the people that come to the gym, and having like a manager or someone on site as a staff member being able to ask these people the questions, I think would be very impactful. And with the franchisee first comms plan, we would also include this into website and email of an email newsletter notifying the team and people that are part of D1 that we are a top franchise from the New York Times, and then also having a logo on the website and a little statement piece, a little blurb that'd be able to go at the bottom, and it would be in this section of like meet the press or press and news for D1, and being able to have this shout out and this article linked on our part of a website would be helpful to be able to build the SEO for this specific campaign as well. All right. Thank you so much. That is kind of a rollout of the two different content pieces I was given. I know it's a lot of information, there's a lot going on, but being able to showcase my skills and how I can apply those skills to the team and being able to really activate real true marketing and engagement for D1 is something that I would love to be a part of, and being able to do this consistently over time, build out series of shows, build out series of content, being able to drive engagement on our social media channels and really grow those across all the social media platforms, including YouTube as well, and that being a media empire. For all of this, it's taking the media and the content and making it future forward proof of D1 and being able to set D1 apart from any other franchise gym or franchise business within the competitive space.